Good morning and welcome to the Daily Shift Talk. We're going to talk about September 20th today. And then we're going to do some tarot, like 3 tarot readings. So, hope you guys are up for that. Thank you for joining me. A little bit of housekeeping first. You have love readings for all the zodiac signs on my channel. It's a look into you and your person of interest. If you're about that life, cross watchers could really enjoy that as well. Readings, general tarot readings for both September and October are also already up. Soon I will start doing love readings for October. So it's on my channel. I have a new head banner for my channel. Go there, see how you like it. I designed it yesterday. I think it's pretty cool. If you're new, hello. My name is Morgane. This is the Existential Shift. Okay, so September 20th, 2023. That's 927 numerology wise. 927. That sums to 9 and 9, sums to 18. A lot of nines. Okay. So it's a day to assert your belief system in the way you act in the world. It's not a day to shy away and hide who you are and what your faith is, whatever the case may be. Not to be confused with imposing or enforcing, of course not, but to express yourself in the world for who and what you are and what you believe in. And if something is not in alignment with you, feel free to say no, so that you could be stirred by the energies to something that is more in alignment with you. Okay, it's not a day to say yes for the sake of being polite. Um, 927. It's a day to really know thyself and approach your life from there. If you do that during the day, it will be like an exercise, a muscle exercise for your spirit, for your mind, and it will be applicable further on in other things as well. Okay. 20 is also, judgment card, awakening, realization. So some of you may receive information that will trigger a deeper understanding of something. So you can expect that. Mm, coffee. Okay, I want to take a look at the astrology. Mm, So Sun is still in Virgo, 27 degrees. The Moon starting in the late degrees of Scorpio and then moves into Sagittarius. So the Moon in Sag will square the Sun in Virgo. That's minuscule, especially with mutable squares. Mutable squares can either be exceptionally messy, like to the verge of like it's comic, um, like I think irony, right? Or they can be very, very fluid but interesting and diverse, like an abstract. So I don't really worry about mutable squares too often, maybe because I have mutable energy in my chart, so I'm used to it. Maybe it won't apply to everyone, but generally speaking, I'm like, if it plays like the worst case, it will be super funny and bizarre and a good story to tell later on. And if it plays out well, then cool, it's inspiring and abstract and fluid. Does that make sense? So generally speaking, I don't really concern myself over those. Other things need to happen for me to concern myself over. Okay, this is something that I like. We have Mars, 15 degrees Libra, in a quincunx to Jupiter, 15 degrees Taurus. Now, quincunx normally is not a very harmonious energy. However, when it's between two signs that are ruled by the same planet, like in this case, we have Venus and Taurus, both ruled by Venus. I'm sorry, Libra and Taurus, both ruled by Venus. And not only that, 15 degrees sums to 6, which is a Venusian harmonious feminine energy and number. Okay, so we actually have very Venusian harmonious energy coming from Mars and Jupiter that are considered more in their masculine energy. So I like that. It's almost like Jupiter is this, if I can think of an analogy, Jupiter is like this commander or a king or a leader of a Taurus, right? Of a community or of a country or something like that. And he's sending Mars in Libra, which is the diplomat. He's sending a diplomat to somewhere far away, right? A quincunx, far away and unseen. It's not like an opposition where you can just look directly straight at you. It's like it's this weird angle. Yeah. So somewhere unseen. So he trusts Mars to be diplomatic and wise in bringing something together. Okay. So if you exert your leadership in a way that is clear, but also harmonious and balanced and that sees the other side. And if you delegate on this day, things might work out really well because the energy is really supportive of that. Also 15 is a very witchy number combined with Venus. I like that. We also have Venus at 16 degrees, still squaring Jupiter and Taurus. There's something very witchy and feminine about this energy. I mean, Leo, we also have in Leo Venus, Lilith, and Juno at the same time. Venus is currently, I think, conjunct Juno right now in Leo. So very feminine, regal energy, but feminine like on a wholesome level. It's like you have the wife, the mistress, and the girlfriend, if to be super stereotypical. It's like something about the divine feminine is coming together from its like normally fragmented aspects. Does that make sense? And it's coming together in Leo, which is a very regal, heart-based sign. It's almost like things are being molded into this one wholesome, harmonious approach from the feminine space. And once all these energies move into Virgo, that's when it will start showcasing itself in reality. So I'm excited about that. I feel like it's the birth of a lot of priestesses and high priestesses and little wizards from this energy. It's like the rebirth of Merlin. Yeah, it's very Celtic druid rune like wisdom back when, the high priestesses were revered, not as like the bad witch, but more like the healers and the leaders and the mystiques and the oracles. So I feel like in general, not just on September 20th, but in general, this energy is really being reborn right now. And when it moves from Leo to Virgo, when these three feminine energies do that, each in its turn, it's almost like the king of the jungle stepping out of the jungle is like first in the jungle, kind of solidifying its presence, and then stepping out of the jungle into like the concrete reality of Virgo, and kind of it's like okay, it's like the high priestess is coming out from hiding in Avalon into Camelot, right? For those of you who are not familiar, Avalon is the island of apples. It's the island right next to Camelot that ruled the Camelonian in that mythical story of Arthur and Lancelot and the Knights of the Round Table, the Arthurian legends, right? So Avalon was considered a hidden island for the priestesses, where only those who could. Um, and then Camelot was the actual city. So that's very much so Venus, Lilith, Juno, and Leo kind of hiding in Avalon still. And then they're about to come into Camelot and kind of be like, we're back. I love this. This is very interesting. I'm really glad it came up. Let me look further if there's anything else. You know what? Check where your Merlin is. There's an asteroid called Merlin. Check where it is in your chart, where you have it natally in case you don't know, and see what you can get out of it and how you can awaken it, right? Encourage it, trigger it. There's some sacrificial aspects to that asteroid, but focus on the mystical and mythical ones. Are you guys here? Because I see you in the chat, but no one is saying hi to me. I feel really, really lonely here. What's up? Yo, hopefully it means that you're listening, but I mean, Creephead, hello. Hello to you too. Thank you for joining. You guys are funny. Didn't see anything else from this astrology. Mm. You know what it's like? You remember how I said it with Jupiter and Mars, Jupiter ascending Mars. So like, it's like Arthur and Camelot sending a knight to Avalon, like an emissary or like a messenger, to see if he can call them into Camelot because there needs to be something happening all together. It's actually fascinating. I'm tapping into a completely different um, aspect of this reading than what I expected. Ed, I didn't know you can look up Merlin in the natal chart. Yes, asteroids. Google what number is Merlin, I forget, and then you can add it in the astrological charts. You can add the number of the asteroid that you want to see, or you can just look up Merlin. I guess it depends on the website. Um, Creephead, I'm starting to understand why you're called Creephead by asking me if I have OnlyFans. You are out. Okay, I don't appreciate it. Don't talk to me like that. Um, okay. So yeah, Ed, you can definitely look up Merlin in your chart, but don't be over mystified. Merlin is also a very tragic character, specifically in astrology and in the asteroid aspect. I want you to like just kind of trigger back the magical aspect of it in your chart. Try that. Okay. So now let's do tarot. And by the way, if anyone wants to book a personal question and receive a message, now's the time to do so. You can see the information below. And regardless if you have general spiritual questions that can apply to the collective, feel free to write them in the chat. If I have time later, I might be happy to answer. Okay. So let's start with seekers, and then we're going to do seers, and then we're going to do shifters. Tarot reading for the day. You can resonate with one of them. You can resonate with all three of them if you're someone who carries both, seeker, seer, and shifter archetype. See what speaks to you. Okay. So seekers, we're starting with Eight of Wands. Two more cards, please. Two. Okay. Ooh. Eight of Wands, the Devil, and Five of Pentacles. Let me look. I'm picking up on trauma bonding, but in its like worst case scenario, like it's really bad. There's this level of mutual, some of you are in a relationship or in a connection where there's this mutual addiction and you guys kind of keep each other at it. Be very cautious from entering something like that today. You really want to exercise your discernment and what you've learned and not find yourself again in something that has repeatedly proven itself to not be beneficial for you, even destructive. There's control games, there's demands, there's expectations that are unreasonable. Someone expects you to save them. And there's a lot of coercion and guilt. And you're either going to find yourself even deeper immersed in it if you say yes to going back to something like that. or it's an opportunity to break out of. And that would be a choice for those of you that this applies to, seekers. We also have 8 and 15 in Babylonian numerology. That's a combination that is very karmic. It could be a combination for magic, but not with the cards on the table. If there's magic, there's dark magic, you know, and be cautious with who you say yes to and who you allow yourself to just one last round, one last time, one last visit. No, no. If you know it's bad, if you know it's poison, you don't need it one last time, right? Um, do not gamble today, seeker. Not a day to gamble. Not a day to give your last coin to a bet or to a slot. Not a day to escape reality and be like, I just can't deal with it. I need to go and grab a drink or no, this is a day to face reality. To face whatever it is. Escapism today will reap really negative results. So maybe delay the escapism for another day. Okay, any clarity about this? Knight of Pentacles and the Empress. So this is like a complete flip side of it. There's a lot of abundance and opportunity. So if you decide to face whatever this is, and if you decide to say no to the destructive thing, and if you decide to choose yourself, your abundance, and to choose healthy instead of the drink, take a protein shake. I'm not kidding. It could be as literal as that. Okay. Instead of going out to party with people who've hurt you before or you've been caught in bad stuff with them in the past, hit up that one friend that always has that great advice and always tells you, no, you shouldn't go there and you shouldn't go there. They actually care. Um, exercise, eat well. Don't eat the the McDonald's or the pizza. Eat the avocado toast. I'm so serious. Like these examples, please take them very literal. You can play out in the smallest things. It will make a big difference. And then you'll possibly be, available and aware for an opportunity that might come in that otherwise you'd miss the text or miss the email. Okay. Guardian, hello. Alina, hello. Alina, hi. Thanks so much for the advices. You're magnificent. Oh, you're magnificent. Thank you. Guardian, my sister has been dealing with some really negative people next door to her for 3 years. Wow. Well, this is a personal question, Guardian. You're welcome to book a reading. Okay. Um, sorry, I put this on silent. Okay. All right. Now we have seekers. Yeah, police doesn't do anything unless there's actual physical harm done, like threats and stuff. They don't do anything. Unfortunately, it's a very bad situation. I'm sorry that she's dealing with that, Guardian. I really am. Yeah, my personal recommendation, and that's not from the card or channeling or anything, just me and my life experience. I would really recommend for her to leave, even though she's in the right, even though, etc. But who knows, you know? Okay. But if you want me to look further, you're welcome to oh my God, to book. My English sometimes. Okay, now Sears. Message for the day, please, for my Sears. just want to make sure that you can see me good with lighting. Yeah, I think the light is good this way, right? You guys can see me well. Seers, message for seers. Okay, I feel guided to say this and I can't focus and I want to focus on, so I'm going to say that first and then I'm going to go back to, to asking a message for seers. I know it feels like out of the blue, but it's in my brain. I just want to let it out. Patreon. I don't talk about it enough. I don't know why. You have so much content over on Patreon. It's for a monthly membership and that you can cancel anytime. And you get all the karmic shift and liberation for all the zodiac signs. You get all the extended, the sequel, the love sequels that I do monthly love readings. And over there, you have the love sequels for them where I go deeper into the relationship between you and your person of interest. You have some tarot masterclass classes. So my tarot masterclass, it's an investment, it's on Vimeo, and you can only purchase it all together. However, on Patreon, you get some of the classes to view. So that way, in case you're, debating if you want to have the Tarot Masterclass or not, you're able to kind of have a few of the classes over on Patreon and then decide if you want to go for the entire course. So that could be a good solution for those of you who are like on the fence and want to see a few classes before you decide. Um, what else is there that I'm forgetting? And also anyone who's a patron gets 20% off personal readings, not here live, but the ones that are private that you book, like a video session or a phone session, etc. So yeah, I don't know why I don't talk about it enough. Check out Patreon, link is below all the videos, and yeah, maybe it will suit you. Okay, I don't know. And they don't do it the way they did it, where you sometimes pay twice in a very short amount of time. They just whenever you join, that's the beginning of the payment cycle, the monthly cycle. So it's a lot more convenient and fair this way, I believe. Anyway, just felt the need to put it out there. Um, Ed, I felt spaced out when I woke this morning, but very easily directed in what I needed to do today. Cool. Okay, now Sears for September 20th, please. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this live a day before the day I'm reading for, it's because I have seekers from all over the world. There are seekers that it's already September 20th at, with like New Zealand, for example. And also to give you guys time to prepare in case there's an advice where you're like need to think about or like actually prepare your approach for the day. I like to give it before. It makes more sense to me to give you the message a day before the day itself. Okay, so that's why. Oh my goodness, sorry, Sears. Message for Sears, September 20th. There we go. Nope. Okay. That's one. Two more for Sears. Two and one more. Okay. Okay. Ooh, whoa. Very interesting. I have Ace of Cups, Eight of Cups, and Judgment. So a lot of water. Ooh, this is feeling called to something that is unknown and that you're going into based on faith alone. Beautiful. Um, very inspiring. So there's something that you feel called to do from an overflow of either emotion or faith or inspiration. And it's like you're leaving something behind and you don't know exactly where this is going to lead to, but it's like you can't not. It's like stronger than you. It's like your higher self is calling you to do that or something divine. It feels very guided and very powerful, almost like you don't have control over it. But don't worry, it's not like anything negative. It's divine, or it's either your own higher self or an angelic even presence. This is very angelic, like Ace of Cups and Judgment. It's very channeling and spiritual. It's like maybe you're experiencing some ecstatic spiritual experience. Maybe you're like hiking or something, or going into like like a natural space where there's a vortex or a very strong energy, and it just it cleanses something, it cleans something. You know, there are places that are considered either holy or very powerful or have a very strong magnetic pull. Um, if you are visiting a place like that, please be barefoot for at least a portion of the time. If there's a water source, put your feet in the water source, wash your hands, wash your face. Something about this place is very potent and purifying. Follow your inner guidance, your intuition. Seer, you're for my seers out there, you're on point this day. And it's September 20th, and we have 20 here, and it's September, and we have 8 and 1, which comes to 9. Very serendipitous, very synchronistic, very aligned, very good. I would go further into wearing white this day, and maybe not completely fast, but maybe only drink like vegetable juices or fruit, or like eat very clean. It's really an opportunity to cleanse. Gorgeous. Any detail about this? I'm curious. For seers? Temperance. I'll be damned if you're not meeting an angel, or you have like a very powerful, energetic dream, or suddenly you get all your chakras. Like this is crazy. Look at this. I'm not making this up. Look, two angels, an ace of cups. An eight of cups has the archetype of going into the underworld to meet Persephone. Like this is like beyond. Um, very holy energy. This is a day to visit some sacred ground. It will really help clear your third eye. I'm picking up a message about the um, pineal gland. You can't drink fluoride, chloride, all that shit. Excuse my language. Clean water. Everything else really blocks the pineal gland that is said to be the physical expression of the third eye. So toothpaste without fluoride, water without chloride. Um, clean your water. It's very important. It also really beneficial for the entire system, by the way. But something about this day wants to really open up your everything. So help it. Um, it's a day for healing. It's a day for release, catharsis. If you've been thinking about a time to do ayahuasca, that's the day. You know, stuff like that. Okay, I'm getting over ahead, like I'm getting over excited about this because I'm like I love this energy. It's very beautiful. Okay. Shifters. Let's do shifters. Anybody resonate with this? Does anybody feel like, is anybody going to visit like a sacred space or hike in nature or like spring waters? I don't know, something. Is anybody's like doing Reiki, or if you're not, if you are and you're not in the live or later in the comments, feel free to comment that. I'm super curious. Or maybe if it plays out for you and you want to come back later and let me know how it played out, please do. Okay. Let's see what comes up for shifters. Message for shifters, please. September 20th, message for shifters. Those of you that feel like you've mastered a level of energy work, that you can shift your timelines, create your reality, not be bound by karma. Maybe you're in a dharmic cycle, not cycle, maybe in a dharmic path. And if you aspire to be on that, which I bet you are because you're on this channel, then And maybe these messages can inspire you. Hold on, I need to answer someone. She's going on a plane and I want to wish her. She texted me. Okay, that's it. I'm just gonna share with you. I can be super uber focused, especially on things that I enjoy doing, like craft and anything that I set my mind on. And I can be like a workaholic, not because I'm into the rat race, but because when I do something I'm passionate about, I'm so zoned in. So, and I always postpone other things like answering someone's text or calling and checking in on a friend. Definitely had to work on that one. I'm kind of maintaining connections and not be completely lost in my craft and my channel and my work and my creativity and all that. Like I can be so in the bubble. It's crazy. So now I'm just like I've decided that I'm like exercising immediately replying to people that obviously are in my life and reach out to me, even if it's in an uncomfortable time, even if my mind is like not there. I stop, I engage, and then I go back just to kind of have some balance. Otherwise, I get so, oh my God, it's crazy. Like I can lose track of years and then be like, I wonder what's up with that person that was like, I don't know. I take accountability. I take accountability, especially now in retrospect. I was so into the things that I was into that I wasn't even aware. Does that make sense? So, yeah. So now if a friend is texting me that she's going on a plane, I'm not going to wait until the end of the live because I could have in any other situation, but if I was to wait now, she'd be on the plane already and then she won't get my farewell wishes, right? Sometimes it's hard to prioritize because I am live and I shouldn't be texting, but you know what I mean. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm a work in progress. Okay. Shifters. Let me know if this resonates with any of you. Message for shifters. Okay, one. Two. Okay. Oh. Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, Three of Swords. Now, this is where reading tarot becomes interesting and a bit more complex than the simplicity that sometimes is approached by to it. If this was like a love reading and I would see two queens and three of swords, I mean, okay, two love interests, broken heart, someone is left behind, who to choose, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But because I'm giving a reading to shifters, right? It's another energetic space. I'm approaching the cards from a completely different perspective. So this does not take the mundane interpretation. By the way, I teach those differences on my tarot masterclass. Like every card, you read it differently according to the question or the topic. They have different meanings and different, you know, um, different meanings depending on what is it that we're asking or we're doing or the interactions. So right now, if you're like, oh no, I'm in love with someone and this means he has someone else. No, nope. Two queens and three of swords. Let's take the highest path and frequency of these cards and see how it can affect shifters today. Okay, so having said that, let's look. Leo and Scorpio. It's a square between fixed energies. Why am I saying fixed? Because fixed energy is feminine. The queens are fixed. Technically, the queens in the tarot are the fixed sign. Okay, Queen of Cups is not a Cancerian, it's not a Piscean. Obviously, because these are general readings, it can play out differently. It doesn't have to be, we don't have to be strict, and your intuition can come into play and other variables. But if you want to go technical, like base, you can't break the rules if you don't know the rules, right? You can't stretch the boundaries if you don't know the boundaries. So first know the boundaries and the rules, yeah? So we have Scorpio and Leo energy, and I'm going to take it as such because they're looking at each other and they're squaring, so there's that connection. There's a face-off between two different energies within you. Now, we do have the moon in the late degrees of Scorpio before it moves to Sagittarius today. At nighttime, it's still in Scorpio. We do still have Venus and Juno and Lilith in Leo. Very feminine energies. Feminine energies. And Three of Swords. Sorry, I'm trying to be tapped into the energy and explain what I'm doing to you guys. I'm just going to go full tapped. Hold on. Some of you, those of you who have went full in your life, in relationships, in situations where you just give your all and really invested emotionally and spiritually, from a place that was very brave and very devoted to living life to the fullest. And you've experienced heartache and failure because of that. Like things didn't manifest as you wanted and manifested as grief and loss. Right now, all the energy in Leo with the feminine energy is kind of course correcting that. There's this transition between giving your all and just experiencing pain over it into giving your all but manifesting entire worlds out of it. So the guidance here for shifters today, it's a great time to exercise going full into something from a place of creativity and joy and little expectations other than the fun to be had, the experience to be had, and the creative force that can be expressed. Don't overthink where it will lead to, how it will make you feel, what is the right thing, what is the wrong thing, etc. Being in the moment. Play with an animal, you know, water a plant, uh, stop and smell the flowers, literally. Exercise, dance, do a martial art routine, yoga, whatever the case may be, and let that creative energy in you work its way out into your reality and do its thing. Like don't focus on what it is you want when it comes to creating it. Just do what you want to do in the moment. Have that sense of gratification and joy from it, and that will manifest a sense of gratification and joy from other things that will come automatically. Does that make sense? Like manifest from shift more so from fun and joy more and less from intent and focus. Okay, that's for you witchy shifters out there. Okay, any clarification about this that I missed? And now we have two pages, Page of Pentacles and Page of Swords. In the other elements, other than, so cups, wands, swords, pentacles. Incredible synchronicity. Okay. If you have something creative to write, like a song, a story, something like that, write it. You don't have to know what you're going to do with it or if you're going to do with it anything. Write it down. You can share it with your closest friends if you want. Um, be playful with your children and pets if you have them around. That will generate energy of inspiration. Anywho, that was that. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was lovely. Does anybody have a question like a general spiritual question that can be beneficial for the collective if I answer. Because if that's the case, you can just write it in the chat, and I'm happy to answer if I know the answer. If you do, now's the time to write it. Otherwise, oh my God, 40 minutes? That was a long daily shift. Okay, we felt inspired. Why not? Anybody has a question going once? If you do, say I and send it so that I know to wait on you writing it down. Okay, so going once, going twice and a half, going 3 times. Okay, we're done here. This was awesome. I love you. I will see you tomorrow. Stay tuned.